3D printing and how it can be useful in terms of product development. Do you see my do you see me like my camera is on, right? Because I cannot see myself, so that's why I'm asking you. I don't even see myself here. I don't know where I am, but it's not a problem. Okay, yeah, now I can see myself here. Okay, good. So in terms of 3D printer, now first I wanted to show you, actually there are some videos that I made. So let me show you, let me walk you first through my YouTube channel. So the name of my channel is Nand Kishore Dhawde. So if you go to YouTube and you type my name, like in the search bar, like spell it like N for Nancy, A for Apple, N for Nancy, D for Doctor, K for Kim, I for India, S for school, H for house, O for owl, R for Richard. Then my last name is spelled like D for doctor, H for house, A for apple, W for wax, A for apple again, L for love, and E for eagle. So this is how it is spelled, like so my first name and last name, you type it on Google, or you type it in the YouTube's actually search menu, and then you will find something like this. So there are actually several videos, and then this is my channel. Okay, my channel is this one, and then you can actually go into this videos. So once you go into this videos, then you will find a lot of videos. Okay, you will find a lot of videos, and from that, I'm actually like proactive in many areas. So this is actually something related to my teaching, like how I teach, how I conduct a lecture. So this is something, how I present something. These are also how I actually conduct some kind of international webinars. These are actually some illustrations of softwares that I have developed. This is some, like a song that I kind of composed with my one of my friend actually on the guitar. We initially composed it on harmonium. These are actually some big mega events from Sangli, like Sangli Fest. What you actually know about that? So I have been a member of that Sangli Fest for the last 20 years, and we are the one who in fact started that event. And so I was doing modeling and event management 20 years ago when I was a student. Then these are also some softwares. This is a specific video of a patented product that I developed during my PhD studies. Then these are actually some videos that are related to, like robotics, 3D, robotics. So I have, let me see if I can get that. So you can you see this, can you see the video right now, like can you see myself in the video? So I have this robot. Okay, I have this robot. If you see my video, I have this robot. Do you see it? Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
So this is one of my robot. This is actually the most advanced robot on the planet Earth, which can be used for education, and it can also be used for implementing different educational projects, as well as some kind of ideas that you have in your mind. You can utilize those ideas, and you can prototype those ideas in terms of robotics using this robot that I have. Okay, so it is my personal one. Okay, it doesn't belong to anyone. It is my personal robot. I have two of them, and I do some training. I provide some training on that as well. And then if you go to the video again, then I have some videos related to the 3D printing. Okay, so learn 3D printing in Sangli. So the printer that we have is a brand called as FLSun i3. We have it in our college, but unfortunately, because our college is we are in lockdown, so I cannot demo it right now in front of you. Then we also had a international webinar last year. There were 6 speakers, one from Canada, one from Netherlands, one from Australia, one from India, one again from Canada, and then there was one more from Malaysia. Okay, so all of these, if you go through them, one was about IoT, one was about food technology and instrumentation, one was related to agriculture instrumentation, one was related to analytical instrumentation, one was related to startup and entrepreneurship, and one was just about the journey from instrumentation engineering into the industry, India and abroad. So all of these talks, you can actually listen to these talks to improve your knowledge in general if you want to improve. And then we also had one session with Apollo Tires. So Apollo Tires is one of the very big company in India in terms of tire manufacturing units, and he is actually the head of the Apollo Tires, and the other person is the R&D head for Apollo Tires. So with them also we had a session related to everything about tires, tire manufacturing. So all your diploma students who are from mechanical or automobile engineering, and if they want to actually explore more things about tires, then they can go through this video sessions. Then these are the other videos which are in the form of tutorials I am actually giving you already, right? So you have probably completed the first 6 tutorials, and I have asked you some summaries to describe or to actually even implement the activities that are given in the tutorial. And some of you have been submitting and many of you have not submitted. So I personally even called you the other day so that you make actually your submissions. Then in our college we also have this robot which is called a Firebird. It is from IIT Bombay. IIT Bombay. So we have the E-Yantra lab in our institute. So this robot is part of that E-Yantra lab. In general, if you want to participate in that, you can contact Professor Shinde sir from electrical department, Professor A.B. Shinde sir. And if you want to learn something about the robot that I showed you here, so that you can contact me, and I can actually help you for that. Okay, so apart from that, I also developed a jeep using help from a diploma student, automobile engineering student. Right now he is also pursuing instrumentation, Mr. Pankaj Sadamate. He is in the final year. So with him we have developed a jeep, and inside the jeep we have we are working on some instrumentation aspects. Okay, so then apart from this is all what I actually have. I've also been working on Arduino and Raspberry Pi, and then there is another channel called as PVPIT RDC6269. So under that channel, let me just show you very quickly. PVPIT RDC6269. Okay, so PVPIT Research and Development Cell. So PVPIT Research and Development Cell 6269 is our code for the college. And if you go there, there is a video there as well. So there are a lot of videos in that channel. So that is, so you can see there is a Raspberry Pi. There are actually some channels videos related to Arduino. There are some videos related to the robot that I actually demonstrated, or I just illustrated to you. And then this is something related to 3D printers. So let me start this 3D printer video. Okay, so this is actually a video which kind of shows you, it is from the arts point of view. So we all know Batman. Yes. So you all know Batman, right? So we tried printing the logo. We tried printing the logo, for the Batman, or the symbol of the bat. So you all know that, right? Hello, are you listening to me? तुम्हाला ऐकू येते का मी काय बोलतोय ते?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, if I go back to my channel now, if I go back to my channel, so this is actually one more video related to 3D printing. Okay, let's see if it works. So with this video, what I was demonstrating, that we printed a block, a cuboid block, a rectangular block made out of plastic. So it is just a simple design. It is just a simple, some one of you actually have your mic on. Can you turn off your mic? I think Prathamesh Patil, can you turn off your mic? Because your mic is on and it is kind of disturbing. I cannot turn off your mic for some reason, but that's fine. So then this 3D printer, I used it for to just to do a simple job. Then we also tried to work on another project, which is something like this here. Let me show you that. Same, the rectangular block. Okay. So this is like a product, right? This is like a product. So then this video I want to show you. So here we try to print a nut bolt, a screw. Okay, we checked how much was the weight. So the weight of this was like around 6 gram. The weight of that rectangular cube was 6 gram. So only 6 gram of plastic was used to print something like that.
I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, until my shadow through the sun rays. And we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. The way melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat.
So that was actually like we printed a bolt, a nut for a bolt. This is the 3D printing facility. We have mechanical engineering students who come for internship and who actually do testing of the machine. They actually do some designs and then they get it printed. And we also have some students from ENTC department. I was hoping that Instu students can also come. This is actually my cabin, right? So this is where I sit in the instrumentation department, and this is the premises where we have facility. It is like an incubation center facility that is used for this purpose. So for the robotics, for the 3D printing, and for many other aspects, right? So Then I will show you one product, right? So this is one product which is actually a Jeep. So inside the Jeep, this is my Jeep, right? This is my Jeep. It was actually made from Mahindra, 1980 model Mahindra M540. We completely rebuilt it, so it was 4x4. It has a power steering, it has power brakes and all, and it can be controlled from mobile phone. So the lights can be turned on and off. So if someone is not able to find the Jeep in the parking lot, then it also has a big horn. So that horn can be controlled from the phone. The windshield wipers can be controlled from the phone, and also the ignition, the vehicle can turn on. And then this vehicle, it is an old vehicle, still we have also parking sensor, at the back side of the vehicle. So this is actually something like a product. Then in terms of building that Jeep, I will show you a short video. So this is Pankaj Sadhamate. That time he was in the second, third year. Now he is in the final year. Okay, you can always contact him. He did his diploma from our college in automobile engineering. Okay, so he built the Jeep out of this 1980 Mahindra. Okay, this was the original Jeep. MH09 1300 is the number plate, right? So he did a lot of alterations, right? And eventually, the body shop, engine work, aesthetic work, and then the delivery. This is the Jeep. This is actually where I live. This is my neighborhood. So he delivered the Jeep. Okay, are you paying attention? Are all of you paying attention?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Okay, so these are actually some examples. So let me show you this robot. So this robot can be controlled using Python programming. Okay, so Python programming, that also I teach. Python, those who want to learn Python programming, I teach that, and I teach it through this platform. So this is the Python programming console, and using this Python programming console, we are actually programming this robot. This makes a sound. So there are different demos that are actually done using Python programming, and that maybe I can show you. Yes, so I think this one. Okay, so this is actually the robot. So that robot I'm showing, I'm just showing it for the, so this is actually one robot that is part of PVPIT Budgaon. Let me show you that too.
Samurai sword.
Okay, so I think we have actually went through some videos, brief videos, and now coming back to the 3D printer. So this is actually one video for the 3D printer, and let me see how it actually looks. We are just actually doing a demo, of the 3D printer. So you see the 3D printer, it is basically a Cartesian robot. It can have three movements in X, Y, and Z directions. So the X and the Y movement is achieved in two different ways, and then the Z motion is achieved in a third different way. So we're gonna go through the manual eventually of this printer. Okay. So if you see here, for example, about this printer, so this is actually it is made up of profiles. So it has one vertical profile, one profile in the Y direction, and another profile in the X direction. The profile that is on the X direction uses a plate that is mounted on the top of it, and the profile that is in the Y direction uses an extruder through which the material is going to be deposited, and the Z direction is the movement of the Y profile in the up and down direction. Okay, so 3D printing is nothing but like a pen. We have a pen, right? Everyone, we write with a pen. So pen, inside the pen what we have like, let's say we take a ball pen. Inside the pen what we have ink. That ink, how it comes outside, so there is a ball on the front tip, and the ball is kind of getting coated with the ink which is in the refill, and then it is going to rotate and come down, and we actually print it on a paper. So 3D printer is working on the similar principle. So instead of the ink and instead of the ball, what it has a plastic material that gets extruded out of the extruder. So extruder is a kind of a device which is like a furnace. It gets heated using some electrical power, and because of that heat, the plastic that is fed into the extruder's inlet gets melted, and then the outlet is having a nozzle. So the outlet will release the plastic, the melted plastic outside, and that nozzle is going to be dragged on this platform which is like a paper, and it can be programmed to move in X and Y direction, and eventually then in the Z direction. So it will keep on depositing the plastic layer by layer, and it will keep on moving in the Z direction, and that's how it can do the printing in 3 dimensions. Okay, so that is actually just a basic concept, and there are many different types of printers, and you can do a lot of different things. Okay, so we don't have much time, so I will have to cover many things in the next few lectures. I just wanted to start today, and for that what I want to also show you is yes, Ganesh Vakshay, I just saw your message, I let you in. Sorry you're late. Okay, late ones I don't usually let in. Okay, you have to come, you have to join on time. You cannot just come anytime you wish for the class. And so I was mentioning, right? So now I just want to show you very quickly, let me actually again come back to my camera. So I just want to show you a product. Okay, so we are in instrumentation engineering. So this is actually one product. You see this box? Do you see this box? So this is a box. This is also some piece of electronics that will sit in this box. So what is this box? Is nothing but it is a an enclosure in which I have put some electronics, and the electronics is put for some purpose that I am developing some kind of an application. Okay. Now that application I've already developed, and I want to show the customer. Okay, I want to show the customer. So if I go like this with this box, the customer will not like. Though the working of whatever is inside, it is actually working super nice, but this box is not going to look nice. Okay, so what we did, we designed another enclosure, okay, using FreeCAD, the FreeCAD, which is the software that I have actually put you on tutorials, and this box is printed using 3D printer. Okay, you can see this. This box is printed. So what it has inside is, it has all the places. It has all the places where you can mount your electronics. Then it has all the inlets through which the cables are going to go through. Okay, it has some fins, so the air can pass through because electronics can get heated. It has a place where we can put a fan, and so the heat can be taken out. So, and then it has a lid, so that lid can actually be put on the box on the top, and it can be covered, and this is actually where we are putting a sensor. So this is actually a wireless sensor device, okay, which was printed using 3D printer. Okay, those who are joining late, I don't want you to join late. Okay, you have to always join early. So this is what you can do with 3D printer. Okay, so this is one box. It is an ice cream box, right? So instead of using this as an enclosure, what I did was I developed a product, which I'm going to put inside this box, and I printed this box with myself. I don't need to go to any workshop facility. I don't need to go to any sheet metal work facility. We can just get this printed by ourselves. Okay, now this one I did not print on my printer, but instead I got it printed from one of our other student who has a 3D printing facility, and I used his facility because his printer is of a much better quality than the printer that I have in our institute, which is my own. Okay, so this is what you can do. Okay, so I will show you some more. I will show you some more things as well. So here this is actually Sanket, who does this 3D printing. Okay, so let me show you a lot of pictures here. You can see, right, what I'm showing you. Hello, you can see what I'm showing you, right? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Good.
sir.
So this is the printed box that I got it. I picked it up from his facility on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday लाच actually हा print करून घेतला आहे. हे बाकीचे ॲक्च्युली प्रिंटेड बॉक्सेस आहेत, त्याच्यावरती त्या मी ज्या फॅसिलिटी मगाशी शो केली तर तिथे आपण असेंब्ली करायला लागलो आहे. ओके, आपल्या कॉलेजमध्ये हे सगळे वेगवेगळे 3D प्रिंटेड बॉक्सेस आहेत ज्याच्या आतमध्ये आपण इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स पुट करतोय. हा ॲक्च्युली पहिला बॉक्स असेल ज्याच्यावरती PVPIT बुधगाव असं प्रिंट केलं आहे. ओके, PVPIT बुधगाव असं प्रिंट केलेलं आहे. ओके, प्रिंटिंग करूनच हा बॉक्स तयार केला आहे. Okay, this is actually I was assembling some electronics, and when we do this, we have to do a lot of discussions. So it is very important that you are good in designing. Okay, so CAD मध्ये तुम्हाला हे सगळं डिझायनिंग करावं लागतं. ओके, सो हे डिझायनिंग केलेलं आहे CAD मध्ये. CAD मध्ये डिझायनिंग केलेलं आहे, हे चेक केलेलं आहे. ओके, some things are not visible sometimes, okay, because I deleted them. Okay, so let me show you now again Neeraj. So here I have another student who is also working on the same product. So this is another 3D printed box. This is the design that was designed in CAD. Okay, so CAD मध्ये डिझाईन केलेला आहे आणि हे 3D प्रिंटर वरती हे PPID बुधगाव लिहिलेला बॉक्स आहे. ओके, सो वेगवेगळे डिझाईन्स आहेत, खूप सारे डिझाईन ट्राय केलेत आणि त्याच्यानंतर ते प्रिंटिंग करताना प्रॉब्लेम येतात. तर प्रिंट कसं करायचं, तर प्रिंटिंगच्या हिशोबानं पण तुम्हाला डिझाईन चेंज करावं लागतं. सो देयर इज लॉट ऑफ डिझाईन थिंकिंग इन्वॉल्व्ड. ओके, सो this is actually like in general an application. Okay, this is in general an application. So for printing what you need is you need a file which is which is going to be saved with an extension called as STL. So lid.stl, enclosure.stl. This STL file is nothing but a file that is a CAD file which is converted into an extension that is understandable by the 3D printer. So the 3D printer will not be able to understand the CAD file unless it is converted into some information which has an extension as a STL. Okay, so I'm going to now really like go through the 3D printer basically eventually, and for that what we have is so I have this I have this 3D printer and I have this assembly manual. Okay, so what I wanted to show you, like so you can buy a printer, you can buy any printer, and when you buy any printer you can buy it from Amazon, you can buy it from AliExpress, you can buy it from Alibaba, you can buy it from so many e-commerce websites that have 3D printers on sale. So when you buy that, what it comes is like a disassembled product. So then the product, what you have to do, you have to assemble it. So this is actually the assembled 3D printer. So I am showing you here. This is a assembled 3D printer, and its parts, how it looks like, this is actually the top portion where we hang the filament. The filament is the plastic roll that is fed to the extruder, which gets actually printed. This is a screw rod. This is the screw rod through which the the Y platform is moving in the Z motion. This is the LCD and the board. So there is a electronics that actually controls everything, that is actually mounted there. It is made up of 4 motors, 4 stepper motors. One is actually the Z motor, one is the X motor, and one is the Y motor. And the X and the Y motors are hooked up to some belt, so that through that belt mechanism the X and Y can be moved in the in the swiggle motion, and the Z can be also controlled using an auto level sensor. And the filament that is actually fed to the extruder, that has a tube to control, and that feed motor is going to feed that filament depending on how much material is needed for printing. And the bed, this is the bed on which we do the printing. So the bed is also like it is heated, so it has a heater, and the extruder also has a heater. So these are actually like in general some components of the 3D printer, but they comes as a separate part, and we have to assemble them. So this is actually like an assembly manual that a printer that I bought when I was in Canada. I imported it from Taiwan, and from Taiwan it was in Canada, and then from Canada imported into India. And in India right now we have it in our lab. I had it in my home, but right now we have it in the lab. Okay, so the assemblies, they have names for all the parts. So this is actually like M4, a nut or a screw. This is actually a gasket, and this is actually the nut, right, the screw. So M4 is the diameter is 4 mm, okay, times 10, the height is 10 mm, 1 centimeter. So M4 means it is a standard material with a dimension of 4, okay, mm. So that is actually M4. So this is actually something a piece of made up of aluminum. It is going to help to connect the parts on the profile. So we use a profile on which we are mounting different, parts like motor, extruder, belt, and many other things. And we are also attaching profiles to profiles. So this is the connector basically. This one helps to connect the profile and the materials that are actually going to be mounted on the profiles. So that also uses, a M4 by 10, this basically this part. Okay, so the Y assembly. So we are trying to work with the Y assembly. This is called a profile. This is made up of aluminium, and it is actually anodized. It has a coating, like a paint coating, which is anodized, so it is not going to get affected by the environment. It will not get rusted. So what you do is you first actually put the screw, and then these actually has different actually grooves, and you can insert things and you can slide those grooves. So like these profiles are like the window profiles, the window and the doors that are made these days, the sliding windows and doors. So simply something similar, but these are customized profiles. These are not exactly those profiles. Okay, so you can buy these profiles as different parts and you can build your own printer. So this is actually like how you assemble the Y platform. This is actually how you assemble these two connectors, and then you insert the stand, the vertical connector, like the profile, and then you keep on actually adding. So this is for the motor. The stepper motor is mounted on this bracket, and then this bracket is going to be mounted, so the stepper motor has also like a pulley shaft kind of with some gear mechanism or with some grooves that can be used to drive the belt, because the belt is going to fix on this portion, and it can be tightened using Allen keys. It has the electrical wire connector as well, and this stepper motor is going to be mounted on the profile in this fashion. Okay, so on the profile, on the bottom part of the profile, the motor actually, the stepper motor fits like this. And to fit that, what we have to use is we have to use a M5, like a 5mm by 45mm screw and the nut that fits it, and then we have some like washers, and we also have a bearing. This is actually a bearing. So this is basically used for fitting the bed. So the bed, the bed actually kind of moves on in the Y direction with these kind of hardwares. So the bed will fit onto this, and this will actually be swiveling with the stepper motor using a belt. Okay, so am I going faster? Are you able to see it? Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then this is actually like the end connector on which the belt is going to like able to rotate, and we actually kind of mount it on the end of the Y profile. So here you see, so the motor, the bed, the mounting of the bed, the bracket for the bed. So it has actually 6 wheels. That wheels are going to swivel in the groove that is present on the bracket, and on one end there is a screw, and on the other end there is a screw, and then we put a belt that is fed through the stepper motor, through the bracket, through the end of the profile, and to the other screw. So with this, what it can do is, when the stepper motor is going to rotate, the belt will actually get pulled, and then this will move in this direction. When the stepper motor is going to rotate in the reverse direction, the mounting bracket can move in this direction. So this is how the Y direction is achieved. The movement in the Y direction is achieved. This is how the belts actually fit. These are how the belts are actually fit, right? So this is actually going to be help to take care of the Y platform. Okay, so then the Z assembly is the one which can help the extruder to move in the Z motion, right, to deposit the material. So here what we have is, we have a different mounting bracket that again is fit through the profile, and on that mounting bracket what we have is, we have a stepper motor that can be fit. So this is actually the place where we can actually place the stepper motor. So the stepper motor is again the same one. Now it has another kind of it has another kind of a bushing that fits on the shaft, which is like kind of a little bit flexible, so the Z screw can have some degree of freedom because it is going to be flexible. And on this we insert actually the screw rod. Okay, the screw rod is going to be fit on that, and this is how it looks like eventually, right? So this will help. The wheels are the guide wheels that actually help the profile, so this is actually the Z platform. So this can move in the Z direction. Okay, this is actually basically this is the X platform. Okay, this is the level sensor, the level, like the extruder position from the printing bed, how much distance should be. These has also some fans because the extruder temperature has to be controlled. This is the extruder. So the extruder, the top portion where we feed the filament, and from the bottom portion is the nozzle, which actually will deliver the material to be so it is mounted on the X profile, and then the X and the Y and the Z, all profiles are limited using limit switch, so their motion can be controlled. Their motion can be controlled easily. Okay, the limits can be controlled. This is the temperature heating element. So the extruder is heated using this temperature heater. It is like an induction heating coil which is fed to the block, the extruder block, and when the metal comes in, when the plastic comes in contact with it, it will start melting. This is the nozzle. The nozzle tip has 0.4 mm of hole. Through that the plastic will start coming out. And it also has a temperature sensor. So if you looked at this heater, it also has a temperature sensor, which is like a thermistor. So that actually will always measure the temperature, because the extruder has to be heated up to from 190 to 210 to 15 degrees Celsius, and that has to maintain, that temperature has to maintain. So it has its own PID control and everything. And this is actually the mounting bracket as fully assembled for the X direction. This is actually now that is mounted on the Z. So this is mounted on the Z platform. So the threaded rod is going to fit through this, right? So this is all that, and then this is the electronics. So the electronics that controls the stepper motor, that controls the temperature, that controls the the direction of the X, Y, and Z when it is going to print, and it is heated, and it also gets heated. So you need to have a fan and all that. So all that is actually like shown in this. So how we assemble that. So when you buy a 3D printer, you will get everything in parts like this, and you have to assemble that. And then once you assemble that, then your 3D printer is going to, this is actually the feeding motor. The plastic material that is used for 3D printing is fed through this mechanism. Okay, so you have to assemble that as well. If you remember seeing a sewing machine, घरी आपल्या शिवण मशीन असते, तर शिवण मशीनला सुई असते, आणि सुईमधून आपण दोरा होतो, तर दोरा ॲक्च्युली फीड केला जातो. त्याच प्रकारे ह्या प्रिंटरला तुम्हाला फिलामेंट फीड करायचे आहे, तर फीडिंगसाठीची ही मोटर आहे. ओके, so and the sewing machine, what you have is the thread is pulled, but here the filament is pushed. So the filament is pushed using the feeding motor, and then this is the material, the filament. So the filament looks like this. It can be made up of different colors: blue, red, white, cream color, black color, gray color, silver color. You can buy them. These materials are very, very, very specially made, and they are expensive. They can go from 1200 to 2000 rupees per kilo. Okay, and this is how the printer looks like when it is completely assembled. Then you have to actually assemble the limit switches. Okay, and then the entire, and then this bracket is actually mounted with this bed, the printing bed, which has again a temperature controller and a power supply to heat it. And then the bed can be labeled. The bed has to be labeled, like because when we are printing something, everything has to be in label. The motion of the extruder should run parallel to the surface of the bed. So the bed and the motion, they all have to be leveled. So everything again has to be calibrated. It has to be controlled. This is actually the tube through which the extruder filament is actually passed. If it is not there, then it will not be able to actually push through the material. So these are actually the connect cables. This is the electronics board. It has actually power for it can be connected to the fan, it can be connected to the X motor, it can be connected to the Y motor, it can be connected to the Z motor, it can be connected to the feeder motor, it can be connected to the LCD, it can be connected to the limit switch for the X profile, it can be connected to the limit switch for the Y profile, it can be connected to the Z switch for the Z profile. Instead of using a limit switch, we can also use an auto leveling sensor. These are actually the places where we hook up the nozzle temperature sensor and the heat bit temperature sensor. There are two temperature sensors. This is the USB power, USB cable for power as well as for connection with the laptop. This is the actual power supply that comes from the the power supply which is similar to the one in the computer. This printer works on 12 volt power, DC power. So what we get from the main is the AC 220 to 40 volt AC power. So that actually comes inside and then it is converted into DC power using the specialized power supply which I'm showing you here. So this is the special power supply to which we connect the AC mains and then we get the DC outlets. And then we can also connect the heaters, the heater for the heat bed and the heater for the extruder. So this is the main control board which is going to, or we can call it as the motherboard. It is the motherboard that takes care of the printing process. But obviously again you have to program. So this is how you connect the stepper motors. Okay. This is how you connect all the wires we just actually shown you, and then this is the entire assembly that becomes ready for, not for printing yet, because there is a lot of work. Once you do the assembly, now you have to calibrate, you have to set up, you have to understand the software, you have to understand the programming. All of those we will actually cover those topics in the next lecture, but for today I think this was actually good enough for you to go through some start. And eventually if you want to learn more about this, I do private teaching. I do private teaching and I take actually special courses on these topics, and you can register for those courses. I can send you the link and we can actually learn more if you are interested. Okay, so for your PDE, for your product design engineering, this 3D printer is a very useful tool. It can be as useful as your laptop, it can be as useful as your smartphone, and what you can do is you can design anything in CAD softwares and you can print it and you can see it right away, so this is going to be very helpful. This is actually the future. This is the future. This is called additive manufacturing, because what we are doing while we are doing manufacturing, we are adding material, in contrast to conventional manufacturing where we remove material. So you go on the lathe machine, you go on the milling machine, what you do, you put some block, you put some rod, and then you actually, according to your design, you start removing material. So that is conventional machining. This is additive machining, because you are adding material, so there is a little bit of waste. There is literally very little waste. What you have to just do is you have to design and you have to send it to the printer, and the printer is going to do the job. So it is like a CNC machine, but again CNC machine with additive benefit, not actually negative benefit, because CNC machine, again, when we go with conventional, it is going to remove material, but here we are adding material. There are many different printers that are available in market, ranging from few thousand rupees to many crores of rupees, and depending on what we want to print. We can also print a metal, we can print a house, we can print an aircraft, we can print a vehicle, we can print many things, or we can print a diamond jewelry that goes in the nose of ladies. So that tiny actually things can also be printed, and then the size I already mentioned that you can print is as big as an aircraft or as big as a house. So there are so many applications of this machine, and it should be available in every household. It should always have access to every engineers that I actually know, even irrespective to your instrumentation engineer or mechanical or electronics or electrical or software. You should still have this posed with you, because then you can do a lot of things with it, you can learn a lot of things with it, and this is one of the future that I see. And I think that's why I'm trying to promote this as good as possible. And through this product development engineering course, this is actually an opportunity for me, I believe. And that's it. So if you have any questions, you can tell me, because then what I'm going to do is we can actually answer those questions. So give me some time, because I want to just take some screenshots, and then we can go to the question and answer session. Okay, you can start asking me questions, by the way. Do you have any questions? Hello, do you have any questions? Hello, do you have any questions? तुम्हाला ऐकू येते काय? आपण नेटवर्क मध्ये आहे काय? Hello, do you have any questions? हॅलो, तुम्ही आहे की नाही रे? कोण काय बोलणं झालंय? आहेत का सगळे? हॅलो, आहेत का सगळे? आशु, संकेत, इजाज, आहेत का सगळे? निकिता पाटील, आहेस काय तू?
हा सर.
ओके, अजून कोण आहे? अजून कोण कोण आहे? अजिंक्य नलावडे, पराग कुलकर्णी, ओके,
Yes, sir.
पवन येळावीकर, आशु
Yes, sir.
आसावरी
Yes, sir.
मानूर. कुठं आहे तुम्ही सगळे? काय क्वेश्चन आन्सर, काय क्वेश्चन आहेत का तुम्हाला? हॅलो, काय क्वेश्चन आहेत का तुम्हाला? होय, बर, तुम्हाला हे लेक्चर मधनं कळलं काय ते सांगा मला. Can you tell me what did you understand from this lecture? What do you think? What you can do? Yes, Nikita, tell me.
सर 3D प्रिंटरची पूर्ण माहिती कळाली. मग म्हणजे आपण पण एखादं प्रोडक्ट तयार करू शकतो का असं इमॅजिन होतंय म्हणजे.
Yes. So we can make our own prototypes using this 3D printer. So are you interested to learn using the 3D printer? Are you interested to learn? Because 3D printer नुसतं तुम्हाला येऊन काय उपयोग नाही. मेन आहे तुम्हाला CAD यायला पाहिजे. In CAD you should be able to design something. So let's not worry about CAD. Let's say तुम्हाला काहीतरी पेपरवरती स्केच काढायला यायला पाहिजे, आणि मग जो कोण CAD मधला एक्सपर्ट आहे, यू शुड बी एबल टू अप्रोच दॅट पर्सन so that he can design that in CAD, and then that you can convert into an STL file, and then you can get it printed. Okay, so that at least you should be knowing this concept, and that is actually my objective. Okay, Suraj Jayappa, Saurabh Hulle, Shubham Patil, Vishal Mari, Vallari Pavaskar, Swapnil Patil, ऋषिकेश कोपर्डे, निनाद भोसले, निकिता मोहिते, प्रफुल्ल देसाई,
Yes, sir.
वैष्णवी
Yes,
पवार,
sir.
सो मयुरी कुपवाडे, Aboli Patil, Harshad Magar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what did you understand? Are you paying? Did you listen to the lecture properly? Did you understand? Okay. Next lecture we are going to look at the software, like the software part, how the 3D printer is controlled through the software. So we're going to look into that. The software is called as Repetier. Okay. So Repetier is a software that is used for let me just show you very briefly. So this is Repetier. So Repetier is a software that is used for 3D printing purpose. That software you have to install it on your PC or on your laptop, and this is actually the software. It's called Repetier Host. The version can vary. You can change the language. There are in many languages that this software can be used. So you have to install the software. You have to configure the communication. You have to set a lot of parameters, and then you have to actually, these are the controls, the control of the XYZ motor, the control of the temperature for the bed, for the fan, for the flow rate of the print of the material. And this is actually the area in which you actually import your drawing, your design in STL format, and then you actually you can do a lot of different activities on that as well. And then you can give a command to print it. So before you do that, you have to do the calibration, you have to do the setting. Yeah, you can also see the display screen, which is parallel to what we see on the computer. This is how the extruder is placed over the bed, and it is checked if it is actually running always parallel. So there is also Arduino programming involved, because that controller that we saw, it actually works on the Arduino platform. This is actually, we can see it live, the SCADA. So what is SCADA? Basically the SCADA part is something related to this exactly. And this is how you print it, layer by layer. So we are going to go through this. We are going to go through this software in detail in the next Monday's lecture. Okay. So I think right now we are already out of time, so we have to stop, because you have your next lecture going to be conducted by Pushpadan Magdum sir. So we will stop for today, right? And we will take it forward for the next lecture. So I hope that you are going to attend the next lecture as well, okay, without fail, and you are going to continue doing your assignments that I am going to be giving to you. Okay, is it all good? Is it all good? So we can stop today. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all good today. Okay, good day. Bye. Bye everyone.